Hey guys, so yesterday I kind of shared with you a little confession about how this summer the house that we stayed in, kind of like part-time-ish, was actually technically my boyfriend's house, and he has an available room in his house now. And yeah, so pros and cons. I think that the pros are easier. So obviously we both save a lot of money. That one's probably the most obvious, like out of the gate. Hey, we're both gonna save money type, you know what I mean? You're gonna be sharing household, sharing bills. So that would save a ton of money for both of us. And okay, so every day we talk and we're like, okay, like, you know, see you tonight. And it's like, okay, are we gonna see you at my house? Or are we gonna see you at your house? And then we like work it out one way or another. So like he'll either come over here or, you know, the boys and I will go over there. And the boys and I only go over there usually like one night a week just because it's kind of difficult. But now, mind you, we do live in the exact same kind of neighborhood. We only live a few minutes apart, so it's nothing too crazy. And yeah, so we'll either go to his house or we'll stay at mine. And then the problem with that though is it's kind of, I feel like in a way sometimes we're like juggling two households. Like we'll stay at my house a whole bunch and like his house gets neglected and like dishes pile up or, you know, laundry piles up or things like that. And then we'll, you know, if I stay there like for the whole weekend, then I get nothing done here and it's just kind of crazy. And then there'll be times where it's like, oh, like where's those earrings at that I really want to wear? Oh, they're at his house. Or, you know, I'll be at his house and I'll be like, oh, darn it. Like, we're trying to go to Costco and I don't have any jeans to wear. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's difficult in that sense. So it'd be nice to have everything in one place all the time. The problem with that is going from two places to one place when you have two households fully furnished. It's hard. I have a lot of like meaty-ish ochre stuff. You know, when I split, I didn't get, you know, I only had like half of a household from the divorce. So the things that I have are my couch. My parents actually handed me down their couch and it is in pretty rough shape. I mean, it's like stuffing's coming out of it. It's getting pretty bad. I did just get a new bed. So that is coming with me no matter what. He would have to get rid of that, but I'd be willing to get rid of my couch. And it's kind of like, you know, what are we gonna keep and what are we gonna get rid of? And you know, he has fully furnished bedrooms and I think the kids are just gonna take over the room that they stay in when we're over there. But that room has a king bed in it and I want my kids to have their separate beds. And you know, his kids, and just like blah, so much stuff. So we've got stuff to figure out. And it's scary to get rid of my couch. I mean, what if something were to happen? What if we, you know, are only together for 6 more months or a year or even 2 years? And I mean, my couch wouldn't live that long. So that's a silly way to think of it. But, you know, do you know what I mean? It's kind of just like, what do we do with our stuff? Okay. So benefits, pros. Okay, I've totally gone into cons, or conflicts, or what, like things to work through. Not conflicts. That's a bad way to put it. But like, things that we need to like work through and get through and figure out and stuff like that. We're not like, we don't just like make rash decisions in our relationship. So it's like, we want to figure out where, you know, that coat rack is going to go before we decide to move it into the, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. When I talk about it, it's like, this is so silly. Like we can just figure it out when it comes, but no, I don't know. So anyhow, we had that to figure out. I think the biggest of them all is that the way he was raised, dogs, and this lighting is so horrendous. I feel like I'm going to put a filter on this. The way that he was raised was that the dogs stay outside. Dogs are outside, they have their place inside, but they don't really, you know, vary from, like, you know, stray from it and go to different places, things like that. The dogs have their place and that's where they belong. I grew up, the dogs cuddle with you in bed at night and they've got dog beds spread all over the house, they're on the couch, there's no like boundaries for the dogs or anything like that. He's polar opposite. So we have a disagreement in how the dogs should be in the home, and how they should be raised and things like that. And it is pretty difficult because my dogs are 11 and I'm not willing to change their lifestyle. But at the same time, I have to respect him, and we'd be moving into his house because he owns and we rent and things like that. And we've talked about getting like another, you know, a place that's him selling his house and getting a place that's our own. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for that yet. It'd be better not be like tied to anything, you know, just for like, I've got very cold feet. I'm like standing in ice, obviously. I'm not moving anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm having a hard time like getting going to do anything. But let me check the time. I'm supposed to bring dinner over. Yep. Anyways, yeah, so we're working on that, and we're working on finding a way to meet in the middle and to meet in a place where it's like, you know, the dogs can still be inside, but maybe have their boundaries. Has anybody ever combined households with somebody who is not, who has a different viewpoint? I mean, luckily, and it's so funny that it's the dogs, because we're in full agreement with like the kids and how kids should be raised and like everything else. We're good there. It's just the dogs. But I am being difficult, and I will admit that I'm probably being the more difficult one in this position. And I'm the one who's like not backing down, and I'm not changing, and I'm like, I think it should be this way, and I don't think it should be any other way, and I'm being the difficult one. So that's another one. But really, I think it's just, I mean, I think it would really, there's so many benefits. There's so many perks to it. I personally can't get enough of him. Like, I just cannot get enough of him. Any split second that I can, like, I want to be with him. I want him with me. I want him with me and the kids. I want him with me and my family, my friends. I can't get enough of him. Like, I never get sick of him. I've never reached my fill. I just want all the time. So to be living together and having that time together, like those, you know, that hour in the morning, or, you know, in the evening before, you know, every night, just like guaranteed, like, all right, well, you know, see you at home later and stuff like that. Like, oh my gosh, I want it. So like, there's all like the good things. I'm just spewing all the difficult parts of it. And the parts where we're not like, all right, let's just move in together, no big deal. Like, we kind of sort of did it once, we sort of kind of do it now, but it's just at 2 houses, and like, we still have all of our own space and our own things. And oh man, yeah, that's really jumbled. This whole video is super jumbled, but it's kind of just where my mind's at, and like what I'm thinking about and what I'm concerned about. And yeah, I think it's just truly like the dogs is the biggest conflict. All of the stuff I don't really care about, honestly. Like, if I got rid of half my stuff and for some reason I had to get my own place and I had half the stuff that I have now, I look at it as like, half the clutter and half of the stuff to have to clean, and just, I'm so anti-stuff these days. Like, get rid of everything. I just want like bare basics, and I want my basics to look nice, and I don't want anything else. Like, no frou-frou, no fill, no nothing. So I really wouldn't mind getting rid of a lot of things. But then, you know, he's got a whole household too, so he has to get rid of things too. And yeah, and we both have like lots of hobbies and just stuff, just lots of stuff. Actually, I keep all my hobby stuff in his house. His formal dining room is like really kind of separated from everything, and he's got his office in there. And then we have all of our, we call it our adventure stuff. So we have all these like shelves that have like our backpacks on them, because we both enjoy going backpacking. We have our car camping type stuff. We have our snowboards and skis, and we have our, what else do we have in there? Our hiking stuff and like our hiking boots. I'm trying to go through it all. And he's a sailor, so he's got like his sailing stuff. And he's got, you know, his softball stuff, and just like, you name it. We have all of our, I mean, the kids have their like Camelback bags in there, and I've got mine, and just, I mean, our sleeping bags. So we have everything. We've merged all of that already, and it's just easier because every time I do any of that stuff, we go together. So we're able to just grab from that, and it's pretty nice. But like all of our cycling stuff, because we like to go bike riding and blah blah blah. It's kind of corny, but it's adorable at the same time. So we already have all that merged, but we'd have to like relocate it, because like I said, he also has like an office in there, so I'd have to like put my office in there. So it's like, where does our adventure stuff go? I don't know. Like, the loft's already like a playroom, so he's got like a little a little loft area, and it's kind of geared towards like older kids, but that would be easy. The kid stuff's easy. The kid stuff is like what should be like the hard part is super easy for us. It's just everything else. Oh, yeah. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna stop talking you guys' ears off. And I am gonna go make my dish for tonight because I am in charge of the broccoli and cauliflower with the cheddar sauce tonight for a little potluck. I'm gonna go make that and take it over and stop talking you guys' ears off. So anyhow, if you have any comments that are kind, keyword, please leave them below, or any input, or if you've gone through this. It's just a lot different. It's a lot different when you are established on your own and you're merging two like established households versus moving in together as like 18, 20, 22-year-olds, where you have like, you know, a studio apartment full of just some things, but having like a whole household. This lighting is just bizarre. Alright, anyways, I need to wake up, and I'll talk to you guys later.